I think Pop Marts are like Chinese company, and this one is came from a Japanese company. It's called Good Smile Company, and it like people just call it GSC. So they basically do a lot of those really cute figures, and you can have like exchange parts so that they could look like these. A lot of them have like different face features. So like for example, this one has like a determined smirk, and this one has like a crying kind of stuff, and it's pretty cute. I mean, I buy merch based on two criteria. One of them is whether or not I can afford them, and if I can, to the product, basically I base them on whether or not they are accurately depicted or whether or not they're cute. So as you can see, we have like a standing ground kind of thing, and we have a rod which you can do this, and basically you can just stick it in. The other parts goes into the person, so in that way you can like move it, stick it everywhere you want. But I will say, because this one I bought it a little bit, this one's actually a bit older. I think I bought it in 2018. So the rod was a little bit squirmish, as it is in the Black Widow rod. But the later version, where I'm about to show you, have like a better rod. So we have like 2 layers of things. This one is a thing that he can sit on. So it's kind of like that one. Sorry about my hair. It's got a little leg. Yeah, and this one is obviously here. And he has a lot of little hands that you can exchange to make him do different things. But I don't really like use that often. So this is the Loki, and basically every part of his body moves. Like you can, yeah, that's how he sits. And also his ankle, like his whole arm can just do this. I mean, I know they have like different company, but I will have to say that maybe he can hold his hammer as well. Oh yes, he can. Yay. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry, Loki. So, first of all, I think this is super cute. The crown is a little bit wiggly. There's not like a really secure way of putting it on. I mean, if it's just so easy to just do this. I mean, obviously it's good in a way that you can just remove it, but it's bad in a way that, yeah, it's really easy to just knock it over. And his drapes have 2 and yeah, basically if you wanted to change his face, you will have to like pull it off, and then you pull this off, and then you just exchange the face like this. Wait, yeah, and then you just put the hair back, and then you just put it on like this. I would say this actually kind of looks like really animated look, almost like a girl. And this one is really cute, for sure. Especially if he is bounded. But if you want to bound him, I guess you will have to first remove his drapes, and then like this, and then you can make him sit, basically. Oh yes. So if you put the drapes on, there's a little hole besides the drapes that you can just stick the rod in, so that you can make him do whatever. But in this case, I feel like he needs the original face. Determined Tom Hiddleston face. To make for his yeah. So this is the "Your Savior is Here" post.
Your Savior is here.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what I meant about the rod. It's definitely not as stable as its later iterations. But if you make him stand, it's a bit better, but yeah, you could definitely be facing something like that. However, I have a newer version with Steve, and Steve has a better rod. Sometimes when I want to play with Loki, I will use Steve's rod instead of Loki's original rod, and yeah, sometimes it's better. So Steve's rod is definitely a lot less flexible, which in this case actually works a treat, because you don't want it to be really flexible, because you are going to. So yeah, I have to stick this in first. Oh shit. But yeah, basically every part of it actually moves. It's really good for some creative maneuvering. But yeah, you have to be a little bit careful. But other than that, this one is really stable. Sorry. But I would say for sure for playfulness, this one really takes the cake, because it does have a lot of movable parts, and you can do a lot of creative things about these. But stable wise, this isn't really the best way that you could find, because yeah, often in time you can the whole drape thing is super cute, and it's like super drapey. It's definitely, he definitely looks better with them than without them. And if you can see under the sun, it actually is kind of greenish. It's not really black. This part is kind of black, but inside it's greenish. So it's like the Ragnarok look, obviously. And he definitely looks so cute. But again, I feel like this toy is more like you can play with him, less than you could display him, basically, because the rod is definitely not a good look, and it doesn't really have like a showcase kind of thing like Eagle Moss. So yeah, because basically all of the things that he came with are not for display. Obviously, you're welcome to just see him like this inside of his thing, and but yeah, it's definitely up to you what do you want to do with them? So this one came with Loki and that one came with Steve, which I am about to show you. And because of the fact that it has so many removable parts, it's a little bit, every time that I put them back, it's kind of like I'm doing a scavenger hunt or like puzzle pieces. So every time I have to like find the corresponding slot that they're in.
2,000 years later.
You could still get like a pretty good look of him. And yeah, this is Thor Battle Royale edition. Okay, so on to Steve. As I said, Steve's rod is a little bit better than Loki, and he also has this. Basically, each person have a rod that they can actually stick onto the ground. Wait, is this one of the rod? I can't even be sure. A lot of times I buy these, I thought, oh, maybe I'm doing it for investment purposes, but I cannot seem to be able to just let them go. Every time I just have to play them. I know a lot of people, they need everything in mint condition, but I will just have to play them. So as you can see, we have two Steves. And it was for the purpose of the real Steve and the Steve that went back in time. So this is Endgame Steve. I think Good Smile Company has a lot of really good features. Their toys are super cute, and it's every part are like super movable. So these are definitely a lot of the good features. But the Steve is telling you hi. I feel like this Steve could be giving a salute, right? Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve. And yeah, as you can see, they have 3 different parts. So if you have these, you can just stick onto his wrist. Maybe a little bit more, so that, yeah, you can just wear it like this. Oh.
Day 2.
Steve can't really stand. As I said, I think GSC toys are made for actually playing with. So like you can move every parts of his body, and it's really flexible. You can like move everywhere that you possibly wanted to move. Like even his wrist and his waist and his like basically everywhere. But he cannot stand very still, so he's not really a statue per se. And even with like a really good rod, he can't really like sit still in some places that well. So if you are new to GSC, this is something that you should be looking out. But I feel like it's still worth it. Like sometimes, obviously, I do want to have like a huge shelf so that I can display every bit of my toys, but In the meantime, I also want to sometimes take them out and just play with them. If some toys, they sit really well, if they are inside of a shelf, you can never take them out. You don't have to like move an inch. It will always stay there perfect as it is. But sometimes you just need to play with some of your toys. So that's definitely a balance that you wanted to look out. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you on my next video. Bye!